Guys, there are spoilers for this film and this review. So, if you want to avoid an AI uprising, go out, watch the film, and come back. You have been warned.
Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron HD. So yeah, this is going to be a great time.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron HD, and this week we watched M3GAN 2.0. The sequel to M3GAN, which came out a couple of years ago, which was a horror movie, and then they turned it into like a action comedy spy thriller. I don't know either. It was an alright movie. It was alright. Wasn't totally my thing, but I will say I did get some enjoyment out of it. There were some things I didn't like. There were some things I liked, like most movies. But before I go on a whole tangent, boy, I was a little. It's complicated. I have a complicated relationship with this film. I'll tell you why it's complicated and more. Back to house.
Well, look who came out to play.
I was programmed to protect Katie. The only question is, are you going to stand in my way? Hold on to your vaginas.
I don't care if she did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior princess.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
M3GAN.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron HD, and this week we watched M3GAN 2.0, or M3GAN 2.0, whatever the hell you want to call it. This movie is the direct sequel to M3GAN 1.0, I guess, that came out 3 years ago, 2022. This movie is starring Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, Ivana Sakno? I'm very sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. And also the voice of M3GAN was Jenna Davis, but the physical performance was by Amy Donald. Now, this film, I was going to jump right into it. Also, wait, I almost forgot. This film was also featuring a small role from Jermaine Clements, who I'm not even gonna get into it. He was funny, but it was also like it was strange is all I'm gonna say. It was strange. But this movie, now, if you didn't know, if you haven't seen the first M3GAN, which I saw when it came out, it was a pretty like run-of-the-mill like slasher movie. Obviously they toned it down, PG-13'd it to get, asses in seats. They need that young demographic. There was an unrated version, which was basically just more swears, more blood, and stuff like that, which I think was better. But, gotta get the money, so I guess it makes sense. But this movie, so how did we get here? We went from a pretty run-of-the-mill, ordinary, but entertaining slasher movie to a straight-up fucking action comedy. There's, no horror in this movie, at all. The movie fucking opens with an infiltration of a Turkish-Iranian, base. Where they, kill mercenaries and shit. It's like a fucking military operation. It's the furthest away it could be from the first movie. It's just so weird. When I saw the movie open up with what I thought was a fucking military execution, I'm like, okay, it's a strange way to start a sequel to a slasher movie. But the thing about this movie is, essentially, it's about the bad guy from the first movie turning into a good guy to fight the evil version of them, right? Big bad guy. It's like, she's like a M3GAN, but she's a mean guy, bad guy, right? Basically, that's the deal, right? Evil version. He's an evil M3GAN, pretty much. And here's the thing. I think the first half of the movie I did not like it. Alright, I just did not like the first half of the movie at all. I rolled my eyes a lot, and it was just not my thing. I do think, though, I did like the second half, because at that point, I just kind of accepted that this movie is just straight up not even a spiritual successor to the first movie, right? It's basically its own fucking thing. And when I realized that, I'm like, well, okay, I do not like the weird prequel, like, politics stuff. I mean, the political opinions are not the problem. It's just like, I'm trying to watch a movie about robots beating each other up, and we're talking about, like, passing bills for AI regulation. That's a good the fucking main villain of the movie is trying to, like, get AI regulated bills, and then he's, like, evil politically, right? I mean, he's also crazy and he wants to, like, murder people, but, like, he's casually crazy. I kind of like him, but it's because he's fucking so casual about being a psychopath, and I think that's kind of funny. But, like, he's like if, like, a tech guy became a, like, super villain. I don't know. It's like if Lex Luthor had hair and went in IT. I don't know. It was just funny. But, like, the main villain is literally, like, one of his main motivations is to, like, control AI through, like, political regulations and stuff like that, like laws and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so it's just funny how, like, we have that, and then we have, like, fucking AI God in a motherboard that can, like, fucking shoot fucking lightning out of its body. It's, like, omnipotent. It's an omnipotent God that is also an AI. And then we have AI, fucking political AI bill regulations. It's just weird, okay? I don't know. I just feel like it's distracting. And I mean, yes, should AI be regulated? Probably. But, like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't know. I just want to watch robots beat each other up, okay? I don't want to lecture on AI, okay? I get it. It's bad. I don't know. I'm just rambling here. But that part was just a little distracting, and it was all throughout the movie. But the stuff that I did like, again, I liked the action scenes that were there. I did like, well, I didn't, actually. I kind of was annoyed by it. There was a lot of Steven Seagal references in this movie, and you guys know how I feel about Steven Seagal. He's he's great he's one of my favorite actors of all time. Just check that playlist that I have where I'm trying to watch every single one of his movies. I will give absolutely amazing compliments to him and his totally real and very, very legitimate martial art, Aikido. Very legitimate. But there's a lot of references to that, and I'm very ashamed that every movie that is referenced in the movie, in this movie, I've already seen. I'm very ashamed. I'm also ashamed that I know the fact that they make an executive decision reference, and how that movie's not even a Steven Seagal movie. It's more of a Kurt Russell movie, and he fucking dies at the beginning of it. Or not, like, he dies pretty early on, and it's like, I'm ashamed that I know that. Why do I watch these movies? Anyway, not this movie, the fucking Steven Seagal nonsense. Anyway, I do think, though, it is a little strange, because obviously they're doing the thing where M3GAN went from a crazy, like, not really crazy, just kind of like a misguided, kind of overly, I guess, what is it called? Like, their programming kind of isn't programmed correctly, and it's like they go overboard. Like, the trope with AI in, like, horror movies and stuff where, you know, obviously the AI is programmed wrong, or, like, it takes its main programming, like, what it's programmed to do, too far, and it kills people because of it. That's a pretty common trope in movies about, like, killer robots. But they have to, like, have her redemption arc, and, like, she's a good guy now. And again, I'm fine with it. I do like the action scenes with her. I do like her just, like, you know, fucking people up. I do kind of wish we had gotten more of that, because a lot of it was kind of like spy-ish, because they were, like, you know, hacking into stuff and, like, you know, tracking people and, you know, trying to do this. They were, like, you know, following them. There wasn't a lot of, like, fighting. It was a lot of, like, I guess, technological warfare, which makes sense. But yeah, I think the second half was a lot better, because it focused on the stuff that I was interested in, you know, the evil M3GAN, Amelia and what she was gonna do and who was controlling her, who like was that. Like that was interesting. And then I was surprised that as I said, the like evil, casually evil like tech IT guy, it was kind of funny. As I said, he was evil, but he was super casual about it because he thought he was doing the right thing. And he like just casually said he was gonna like murder somebody because like, I don't really know what they do, you know, we don't really need them. like he's like talking about like a broken pencil that he's gonna throw in the garbage. It's just kind of funny how casual he was about murdering people. I think I like villains that are casual about how crazy they are. I do like that trope of like casual evil. And although there was actually quite, not a lot, but there was some violence in this movie, although I wish they had shown it, obviously. The main villain gets his fucking arm ripped off by the evil robot. And they literally showed his fucking dismembered arm, but oh, they showed it off screen, so it's fine. Showing a man's dismembered arm is fine, as long as you don't show the arm getting ripped off. I don't know how that makes sense, but it's PG-13, don't question it. Honestly, I think more PG-13 movies should push the envelope, because you can get away with a lot. The fucking Indiana Jones movies are PG-13. That shit is violent. Anyway, I do like the final fight. I do kind of like how M3GAN gets her ass kicked. Because really, this thing is stronger than her. It's like a military made for fucking military operations. Like, of course this thing would overpower her. She was meant to be a fucking children's toy. Right? And yeah, they upgraded her to give her more abilities, but still makes sense. And then I do like how, like, the god AI, like the fucking AI god, the way they took it out was the implant. I knew that they were going to do something with that. Like, she was going to... I knew exactly how the movie was going to end. I knew she was going to sacrifice herself at the end to kill the god, AI god, and then she was going to come back. Because she's like, oh, I prepared. I had a backup. And it's like, obviously, they weren't going to kill the titular character, right? Like, they want to make more movies. You can't kill the titular character. You can't make more movies if they're dead, right? You got to have M3GAN goes to hell or something like that. M3GAN the final chapter. That's the one where they die. And then they'll come back. It'll act like they'll die, and then they'll come back. That's like fifth one, though. You have to wait a little bit. But either way, I think the first half, though, there was just a lot of jokes that I did not land for me, as I said. But the second half, I do think sometimes, though, there was some, like, weird line deliveries that ironically like made me laugh ironically, but I do think there was like a joke here and there that made me give a little chuckle or a guffaw maybe once or twice, yeah, overall I did enjoy it. And although I do think, as I said in the walkout, I have a complicated relationship with this movie because, again, I liked it, but there was also things I didn't like about it. But then again, if you like a movie, I feel like you should still be able to name off things that you didn't like about it because, I mean, no movie's perfect, right? And if you love something, I feel like you should also be... I don't love this movie, but I just feel like if you love something, you should have the self-awareness to admit the things that you don't like about it. You know, you gotta have a level-headed thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, would I recommend this film? Well, maybe. If you like action comedies, if you liked the first movie, you might like this one. I mean, if you were invested in the characters. If you weren't watching it purely based on the horror stuff, and you cared about the characters, you liked the characters from the first one, I think you'll get enjoyment out of this. But if you were watching it because it was a horror movie, this is not a horror movie. So maybe you'd still like it, maybe you have other things that you like, but yeah, no, this is not like anything like the first movie at all. And yeah, so I would recommend it if you like this kind of movie, and if you like the first movie, it depends. However, how would I rate this film, you might ask? Which I hope you did ask, but I'm going to answer it anyway. This movie, I will rate a 7 out of 10. And, yeah, I think that's all I can say. Thank you so much, peace. So, guys, hope you like this video. Share your friends, subscribe, notifications on. Comment on what you liked it, but you guys know how it goes. I didn't really mean to say that. What I really meant to say. So, if you guys hated this video, unsubscribe, dislike it to the stream in the comments. and I've learned HD off to coexist with AI. So, near like the beginning of this movie, Jermaine Clements is in this movie for some reason, because he just fucking appears and shit. Like, I'm just watching a movie and then out of nowhere he'll just walk in and I'm like, oh hey, it's fucking Jermaine Clements. It's fucking so distracting. It's not even like, I like Jermaine Clements, but it's just so distracting whenever I see him in something. I just can't not think of Flight of the Conchords. But he was just kind of interesting. He was like Elon Musk, but not. I don't know. He was weird. Everything was weird about him in this movie. I'm just saying, Jermaine Clements is confusing. He's distracting. And maybe Jermaine Clements just like, maybe give me a heads up. Like, give me a heads up to make sure that, like, I don't get jump scared by Jermaine Clements in a movie. Like, I'm just, like, having a good time, and then boom, Jermaine Clements. I'm like, what the fuck? Now I can't pay attention because I'm just gonna stare at Jermaine Clements the whole time. He's a distracting person. I don't know why. He just is.